Welcome to Barcelona, Spain, the city of Picasso's youthful art and Gaudi's soaring architecture, and since the 1992 Olympic Games, one of the most glamorous and exciting cities in Europe. For the next days, the Grand Casino in Barcelona will be hosting the PartyPoker.com World Heads Up Poker Championship 2005.
This is day 4 of the championships, and we've reached the third round, and all but 32 of the 128 players who paid their own way to get into this tournament have been eliminated. Remember, you win, you stay in, you lose, you go home. And the good news for the players who win today is they advance to the round of 16 where the prize money starts to kick in. But again, you have to keep winning to chase that grand prize of 100,000 euros. The big news yesterday, the players who've been eliminated, including the defending champion, Barcelona's own Angel Blanco. He's gone. So too is the only other former champion in the field, the 2001 champ, Bruno Fitoussi from France. But his protege, Isabelle Mercier from Montreal, Canada, she's still alive. She survived 2 all-ins on the very last river card to go through to the next round. El Blondie, Dave Kalkloff, won one of the most intriguing matches yesterday, beating the internet champion, the man they call exclusive, Noah Bochum from the Netherlands. But it wasn't all bad news for the internet players. Martin Sederkrantz from Sweden, in his first heads-up match, defeated the British pro, Ross Boatman. And at least Ross's brother, Barney, has made it to the round of 32, so the Boatman family isn't completely eliminated. But at this stage now, only 32 players left. There are no easy matchups. And let's take a look at yesterday's highlights before we get through to today's games.
If you're new to poker, the lowest hand is a high card, a king in this case. 1 pair beats a high card, 2 pair beat 1 pair. 3 of a kind, also known as a set or trips, trip 8s in this case, beat 2 pair. 5 cards in numerical sequence, regardless of suit, is a straight. 5 cards of the same suit is a flush, which beats a straight. A full house is 3 of a kind plus a pair. 4 of a kind, 4 aces here, beats a full house. 5 cards in numerical order in the same suit is a straight flush. Make that an ace-high straight flush, and it's a royal flush, the highest hand in poker. The game is No Limit Texas Hold'em. Each player is dealt 2 cards face down, called their hole cards. There follows a round of betting, and then 3 community cards are dealt face up in the middle. That's called the flop. The flop is followed by a second round of betting. Then a 4th community card called the turn is also dealt face up. The turn is followed by a 3rd round of betting. Then the final community card, the river. Each player uses his hole cards and the community cards to make his best 5-card poker hand. And remember, it's no limit, which means a player can go all in, betting all his chips at any time. And we start with an intriguing round 3 matchup. The Devilfish, Dave Elliott, with 3 World Series of Poker bracelets, against another Englishman, Stephen Pearce, who's finished 2nd at the World Series, but in 7-card stud, relatively new to Heads Up Hold'em. And the Devilfish is already talking to his opponent. This is hand 2. Each player started with 20,000 in chips. The blinds are 200 and 400, and the Devilfish mucks his and shows them right away.
You won 2, baby. Was that Jack what? Hey, show my 2 cards.
You got Jack 5 as well.
Jack 3. See, you had me in all sorts of...
And notice the pink chips, the 25s are gone. Just the blue 100s and the red 1000s remain. The blinds are 200 and 400.
The 2,000 and 4,000, both have the same chips.
Is the devilfish really off his game? Let's move on to hand 3.
And that's not a bad hand on the button for Stephen Pearce. Jack 10 of hearts.
You know, I threw one underway against you, didn't I? Did you
Yep,
notice?
there we go. He's raised him.
And a Jack 5 for the fish.
He's going into the muck. Find another fish. He's going to muck around with this out there. He might do, you never
Slightly
know.
better than
I
Jack
don't think
5
so.
that I had last hand.
I got Jack 5.
I got
Showing
Jack
him the
10
card
and
so
a
that
half.
Stephen Pearce can
Legitimate
see it's a bit of a
raising
play here on him. He's not
What's
really
the
interested in the Jack 5, and but he's sort of being nonchalant. But what he's trying to do is every time Steve Pearce raises, he's showing him his cards if he's passing to get the return tell on
never
Stephen
pass me,
Pearce,
I'm
so he
not
knows
sure
what
my
sort of
life.
cards he's raising him with. And
Just
this will
did.
probably
This
go
will
on
be the fourth
for
one.
a short while yet, while he picks up information. That's all he's doing in
This
this
is the fourth
situation,
hand.
just picking up information
Yeah,
of
but we
his
saw four
opponent.
the first time.
Now, we saw yesterday Ross
I mean, without
Boatman
seeing
from
the
England against the Swedish internet player Martin
Still win,
Sederkrantz.
still win
And
technically.
you got the feeling Ross took it a little too casually at
Okay,
the
we'll see
beginning.
what
And so I sort of
happens
thought he
there
had
then.
time to figure the
It's up
guy
to
out. And
you.
by the time he figured him out, he was way behind.
Yeah, I mean,
So
the
we check
chips
it.
are up today. They're starting with 20,000 and the blinds at 200 and 400. To be honest with you, he can afford a little bit of leeway, but not too much. He doesn't want to take it too far, does he?
We're going to see a flop.
Stephen's got the 10-4 of diamonds. And Stephen shows him his cards. See, this is it. They're starting to show cards. This is working in Dave's favour, even if he's not collecting too many chips. He's collecting information all the time. I think this is why he's doing it. I think you'll find later on he'll change the tactic round and not show him too many cards.
In case he forgets
His
what his nickname is,
Yeah,
then
might be, I
it's
think.
there to remind him.
I think it's for the crowd. He's,
If ever the pinks,
he likes playing to the crowd, doesn't he?
if the pink chips go in, I've got a real hand then, just so you know, Dave.
Oh, you might be doing it.
Stephen Pearce saying if the pink chips come in, he's got a real hand, just so you know, Dave. He's trying hard not to be intimidated.
He
I
won't
think.
be. He won't
That's
be.
it.
Honestly, Mike. This, like I say, I played against him, so I know what sort of game he's going to play with him. It'll be backwards and forwards. Will be some
Should we go
entertaining
for it?
remarks, I think, during the game.
Ace 10 against Dave Elliott's King 7 of hearts, 1,000 to Dave Elliott. And he's having a good look at Stephen Pearce. And he lets it go.
That's good.
Yeah, it doesn't show him this one though, does he? He just puts it in, doesn't he? But the Stephen Pearce is showing him the ace. Look, there we go.
My name's the Devilfish. That's my nickname. My real name's David Elliott, and I'm from England. I've been playing poker about 26 years or so, and I started gambling at a place I used to work on a lunchtime, and then one of the guys signed me into the local casino, and it went from there. So I've been gambling since I was 15 years old. If I'm scared of people who want to borrow money off me, I lend a guy $5,000 once for plastic surgery, and now I can't find him. Yeah, I do the chess game a long time ago in prison.
Yes. Me too. In prison.
And I was called the Devilfish by the Chinese mafia, you know. They give me this name because that's what the name they call the blowfish. Are you heard of the blowfish?
No.
When they cook it, if they don't take the poison out, it kills them, you know. Okay, if you want to be a good poker player, you've got to be selectively aggressive. You've got to be very aggressive. You got to, you got to be able to know what people are going to do before they do it, and you got to be able to read people very well. I don't think I got any tells because I got no nerves, you know. All my nerves left me about 20 years ago. I've always been a big gambler on the horses and on snooker and pool, and a lot of the time, especially in No Limit Hold'em, you end up bluffing because it's very hard to find hands, you know. And sometimes I say to myself, I'm not going to bluff again because they're going to call me for definite, and about 5 minutes later I find myself bluffing, you know. You got to be pretty aggressive in poker. Sometimes you can't wait for the cards, you know.
So that's what happens when the Devilfish meets the Devil. I suppose Barcelona isn't big enough for both of them. But of course there are lots of fish in the Mediterranean here. Let's get back to the table now and see what happens as the Devilfish goes head-to-head with Stephen Pearce, who's got no horns, no tail, but he's playing some good poker. This is hand 6 coming up.
9 and a 3 for the fish. He's got that Roger McGuinn